trip to Las Vegas on the line. Pajemski looking to get it in, Oh boy, just as the Curry back to him. The shot, no good. Horse down. The Dragon has been slain. The Rockets have ended their 15-game losing streak to the Golden State Warriors.
The NBA Cup has had lots of surprises this season, but the biggest of them all had to be the Warriors not making it to the finals. This shocking and controversial loss to the Houston Rockets cost Steph and the Dubs a ticket to Las Vegas and has got the whole world of basketball talking. From the players to fans and pundits, the recurring whisper is that the refs were not just against the Warriors in the Rockets game, but have been making some of the most absurd and head-scratching calls against Golden State all season. Everyone seems to agree that the chaos that happened on Thursday night was not an isolated incident, and so we are going to break down how the refs have been against the Warriors this season. Let's get into it.
I agree with him. You know, the problem we as fans and players have with referees is consistency. I agree with Steve. It was a wrestling match, a lot of missed calls.
Before bad officiating cost the Warriors a place in the finals of the NBA Cup, refs have caused some losses or difficult wins for Steph and his gang at least 10 times this season. The loss to the Rockets is just the straw that broke the camel's hump. Due to shady calls by the ref, the Dubs almost didn't make it into the quarters after a timeout confusion against the Denver Nuggets, which cost the Warriors an early close to the series. In the last minutes of the game, Christian Braun of the Nuggets signaled for a timeout when Denver had none left, and that should result in a technical foul against Denver. The Warriors coach calls the ref to that foul, and that could have been their chance at winning the game. But what do the refs do? They ignore the foul, and the Warriors go on to lose the game. Warriors coach Steve Kerr tore into the refs during the post-game interview, saying everyone saw it except the 3 guys we hire to do the games.
Brown called a timeout. He dove on the floor, he rolled over. Everybody saw it except for the 3 guys we hire to do the games, and that makes me angry. You know, this is that's a technical foul. They don't have a timeout left. It's a technical foul. We shoot a free throw. We get the ball. We got a chance to win the game. They all told me they didn't see it.
Coming in next is a scene during a close game against Sacramento. Point guard De'Aaron Fox exploded for a win against the Warriors while Fox was playing the game of his life and was looking like prime Magic Johnson during the game. A controversial play almost stole his shine when he appeared to travel on a critical late-game drive. Despite replays showing clear foot shuffling, the referees let it go, leading to a Kings victory.
I mean, the inbound, that has to be Looney, and that is hard. There can be no hesitation to sprint back, but the use.
If that was not obvious enough, another missed call against the Warriors happened against the Lakers. The Warriors were trailing and Steph Curry was on demon time. During a drive to the paint, Curry got hit, but the refs refused to make the call. While Curry still scored, a technical foul would ensure the Warriors get a potential game-tying free throw. Even commentators called out the blatant oversight, and Curry was visibly frustrated and going off on the refs. When the Warriors faced the Memphis Grizzlies, the referee made a series of questionable officiating calls in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Although the whole game was filled with numerous fouls called against both teams, resulting in an obstruction of the flow of the game, the Warriors got it the hardest. Many fans and pundits called the officiating in the game one of the worst officiating of the season, as Memphis was given 33 free throw attempts, compared to just 25 for Golden State. But it wasn't just the free throws that had Golden State fans and Steve Kerr frustrated. A number of questionable calls were made. The ejection of Draymond Green after he received a second technical for what seemed like a harmless disagreement set Steve Kerr off.
Was it on Green?
Looks like it. He's headed toward the tunnel.
Yeah.
It looked like it was on Steve Kerr. We really didn't get a good, clear announcement on that tech, but it looks like Draymond Green.
Automatic ejection.
Kerr was visibly upset, and when the game was over, he chased down the referees to express his frustrations.
Andy Nagy, he just thought he had a little look at Steve is he's not happy with the most junior of the 3 officials.
During a Warriors vs. Portland Trailblazers regular season game, Draymond Green got a technical foul called on him for a scramble in the paint. He got furious and called out the refs. His coach Steve Kerr had to step in and defuse the situation.
It's the rack, giving the Warriors a lead of 9. Abia up the floor, out of the net. Hield overran it, stripped it. Abia dives for it. Green got on top of him, and a foul called by Tyler Ford on Draymond Green.
Easy, Draymond. How did Buddy Hield make that layup and then get back defensively?
And Steve Kerr out onto the floor.
Even the commentator stated that the foul shouldn't have been called given that the Portland player bumped into him while trying to get away from Green's teammate Buddy Hield. The foul stood and Portland got awarded a free throw. Although the Dubs managed to scale past the Nuggets and make it to the quarters of the NBA Cup, their game against Denver was plagued with a lot more questionable officiating than just the famous timeout incident. Before Christian Braun's timeout controversy, Nikola Jokic won a free throw for getting whacked in the face as he drove to the basket. Or so it seemed. This look from Draymond Green gave it all away. Jokic was overreaching to a slight touch to the face, leading to the refs calling a technical and awarding Denver a free throw that could have cost Golden State the game. But that wasn't all for the night. As a matter of fact, right before the foul on Jokic, Denver's Aaron Gordon could be seen traveling while on a fast break, and the refs didn't make the call. The fast break eventually led to Jokic winning a foul for a slight brush. While all these examples have gone under the radar, with only the Christian Braun incident against the Nuggets getting called out, the most blatant biased officiating against the Warriors this season was by far the one that cost them a chance at winning the NBA Cup, when they lost to the Houston Rockets. With 10 seconds left on the clock and the Warriors up by 1, Steph Curry misses a three-pointer that could have sealed the game, and both teams scramble for a rebound. Warriors guard Gary Payton falls on the ball in an attempt to pass it to Jonathan Kuminga as two Houston defenders descend on him. Rockets guard Jalen Green gained control and attempted to call a timeout while Kuminga tried to pry the ball away from him. A whistle blew at that point, but rather than calling a jump ball or a Rockets timeout, referee Bill Kennedy awarded a foul to Houston. Jalen Green gets 2 free throws with just 4 seconds left on the clock. Green made both to give the Rockets the lead. Then Jabari Smith Jr. blocks Brandon Pajimski's buzzer beater attempt to clinch Houston's win and deny the Dubs a spot in Las Vegas for the semis. Warriors coach Steve Kerr was furious after the game and ripped into the refs in his post-game interview.
I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen that. I don't even understand what just happened. You know, loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. You know, they didn't call anything.
He argued that the game's officials had allowed plenty of physical play to that point, and that the foul called on Kuminga was hardly the only contact that occurred during the fight for the rebound off Curry's miss. "I'm pissed off," the former Chicago Bulls player said.
I'm not ready to answer that question. I'm pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. We wanted to win this cup. We aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and that was ridiculous.
The chef also had some grievances of his own. The Warriors superstar was upset that a foul wasn't called on one of his shot attempts earlier in the fourth quarter and expressed his frustration at that decision and the game-winning free throw decision during his post-match interview. Curry's coach, Steve Kerr, also called out the refs for not calling the hit on Curry on the jump shot.
The game was a complete wrestling match. You know, they didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow, plain as day, on a jump shot. Just clubbed right on there, no call.
While the press was focused on the Jalen Green free throw, the pundits at ESPN's Inside the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, called out another missed foul that the refs ignored in the game. While Brandon Pajimski's shot was blocked, a foul was committed near the basket. giving a free throw to the Warriors, which would have given them a chance to potentially snatch the game at the last second.
They don't even have the ball. But Gary Payton got fouled when he was on the floor by the Rockets and they didn't call. So the last chance.
That's a foul right there.
That was a foul right there.
Clearly, we have seen it all, but do you think the Warriors are being targeted by the refs this season, or are these incidents just honest oversights that could happen to any team in the NBA? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.